Barcelona qualifying was hectic. We had a red flag, two home heroes struggling, McLaren's performance fluctuating throughout the entire session, and George Russell stealing pole position right at the end. Straight away, one of the biggest stories of Q1 was Red Bull. The low drag straight line mode that was largely irrelevant around Monaco suddenly became a major factor again in Barcelona. And with energy deployment no longer the limiting factor, Verstappen immediately looked much more competitive. Ferrari weren't far behind either. Leclerc produced an impressive lap, while both Mercedes quietly slotted themselves into the fight at the front. Meanwhile, McLaren didn't look as comfortable as they had in practice. Traffic and dirty air repeatedly interrupted their runs, and the pace advantage we'd seen earlier in the weekend seemed to disappear. There was also drama further down the order, with both Williams involved in incidents, Stroll visiting the gravel, and an overall miserable session for the Spanish fans when Alonso was eliminated in 22nd and Sainz only managed 16th. Q2 was where the margins became incredibly small. Hülkenberg continued an excellent afternoon and comfortably looked quick enough for Q3, only to have a lap deleted for exceeding track limits. Verstappen laid down an early benchmark, and Racing Bulls continued to show impressive pace throughout the session. Ferrari were also experimenting, with Leclerc running a revised brake setup designed to give sharper front end response. But the biggest surprise remained McLaren. Both Norris and Piastri struggled to put together representative laps. Then came Q3, which started with immediate disappointment for Ferrari fans when Leclerc lost the rear through turn 4. After slamming into the barriers and destroying the front wing, he ended the session in P10. Shortly before the red flag, Piastri and Verstappen ran fast laps, both consecutively taking provisional pole. When the session resumed, most drivers headed out on used tyres before saving fresh rubber for the final attempt. And that's when Mercedes came alive. Russell looked exceptionally confident, which we haven't seen recently, and he immediately jumped to the top of the timing sheets. Track evolution was massive, tyre performance was changing lap by lap, and every purple sector seemed to belong to a silver car. Kimi Antonelli then delivered another outstanding lap on fresh tyres and briefly looked capable of pole position himself. But in the end, George Russell delivered when it mattered the most. Sector after sector, the Mercedes found more time and Russell secured pole position in Barcelona. Hamilton followed him onto the front row, and Antonelli made it into third after a tough start to his weekend. After leading the opening phase of Q3 and looking solid throughout practice sessions, Oscar Piastri could only manage 7th by the checkered flag. Barcelona qualifying delivered everything we could hope for as motorsport fans, and it was great to see Russell back on top form again, regaining his confidence around such a difficult track. So, on the 10th year anniversary of the infamous Mercedes crash, we head into the weekend with a Mercedes-packed podium. Join me throughout the weekend for all the coverage.